Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to use customized date range to do some analysis for a holiday. We have a holiday upcoming here and it's going to land on a Sunday. Maybe we want to prepare for that holiday by looking at some historical date ranges and customizing accordingly. First up, I'm going to step into the top middle of my screen here and jump into the date range customization. In 2022, that holiday fell on the 17th of April. Let's go ahead and isolate that date. In order to get some full analysis of demand, I'm actually going to backtrack my dates to the Friday before the holiday. Let's pull in the date range after the holiday just to see how that demand changes across the week following. In 2019, we can use that as a base year comparison before the pandemic hit in order to be able to understand our price sensitivity for that period and our ability to capture demand. That same holiday that fell on the 17th of April in 2022 actually landed in March in 2019. So since it landed on the 24th, I'm going to pull in the Friday before it and also pull that full balance of the week through the 30th. Now that we've customized our date ranges, I'm going to go ahead and select the data for that period. Next up, I'm going to maneuver to the Trends tab to start to pull in a couple KPIs that really help us to analyze demand changes. The first drop-down menu, I'm going to pull in occupancy. And as I start to set up my ADR, I'm going to move us over to guest paid. That is exactly like it sounds, what the guest actually paid when they made the reservation. Pulling in those ADR lines, we can automatically see that the Sunday, the holiday that we're trying to isolate, is significantly lowered in demand than the rest of the date ranges. I want to only isolate my own hotel's data for this analysis, so let's peel off that comparison and start to look at our own hotel. Certainly that Sunday capture of ADR versus the Saturday capture, accordingly the pre and post dates are a significant differential of not only demand, but ADR. Now that we can start to prepare for that Sunday being a low demand day, we might want to isolate what production actually was captured in those previous periods. Moving over to rate category by channel, I'm going to use channel distribution to start to look at my own hotel's data. The demand across the dates here is starting with occupancy. Property Direct and Brand.com are the top channels for the demand over this week. But knowing that Saturday performs differently than Sunday, we definitely want to isolate just that holiday. I'm going to pull in shoulders as a radio dial of our analysis here. Shoulders are Sundays and Thursdays, just those 2 days isolated. Knowing that Sunday and Thursday might not perform the same, let's go ahead and go back into our date range selector and peel off that Thursday only isolating Sunday. Property Direct 19 versus 22 comparisons was significant. In fact, 16% of our occupancy for that Sunday holiday was keyed in directly to the hotel's PMS system. Now keep in mind with periods of high or low demand that also reflects on how price sensitive our guests really are. Those weekends of Friday and Saturday probably have lower price sensitivity than that Sunday, which has high price sensitivity, meaning the guests are going to be very cognizant of every single dollar of ADR change we have for that date. Let's use the booking lead curve to start to isolate that Property Direct channel. Moving into the Trends tab, just about halfway down the screen, that's going to pull out the booking lead curve. Again, we want to keep it simple with just our own hotel's comparison, and let's isolate that Property Direct channel. Using the booking lead curve, we can see not only when those reservations were keyed in, but at what rate. In particular, we had 3.2% of our occupancy keyed in directly to the PMS at a $68 ADR. The day before that, those reservations were keyed in quite a bit higher at $84. Using the booking lead curve, we can really start to manicure our strategies and understand what price sensitivity really is reflected by those day of week comparisons. Keep in mind, customized date ranges can be a tool that you leverage when you're in the HummingbirdPXM platform. If there's any questions, reach out to us at support@calgarylabs.com. We'd love to dive into your hotel with you.